What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Mathews, back at it again with another hometown take. And today you see the jersey, you know what's going on. 2 in a row for the good guys. The Atlanta Hawks take down the Minnesota Timberwolves by a final score of 134-122 in a wacky, exciting, crazy game. There was some ejections, there was a whole lot of fouling out, and most of all, there was some shit talking, and I love it. So let's get right into it. I'm about to react to it, give you my thoughts. You know we gotta handle some quick business first. Make sure you like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. Check out the first link in my description box to buy me a coffee, help you the Atlanta Hawks to some more wins. I'm feeling some more on the way. They're playing well, getting hot at the semi-right time, I guess. Better late than never, but you know what I'm saying. Buy me a coffee if you can. Also, check out the second link in my description box to subscribe to the Tough Calls podcast from me and girl SymoneWithTheSports, as she likes to say, or talking to your favorite former and current athletes, hosts, anchors, reporters, head coaches, all that good stuff. Listen to the pod, like the pod, download the pod, subscribe to the pod, and share it out to your friends so they can do all the same things. All right, guys, Hawks get a 134-122 win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. Trae Young went stupid in the third quarter. 23 points. He hit 4 or 5 threes. And I mean, it was just all down here for the Timberwolves in the third quarter. That's what really turned the game around. But let's rewind to the first half where the Minnesota Timberwolves came out the gate unconscious. I mean, they wasn't missing. First half, 10 of 20 from 3, 50% from the three-point line. I think it was 69 or 60-something% overall in the first half. I mean, they just wasn't missing shit. And a lot of those threes were contested too. It wasn't even necessarily bad defense from the Atlanta Hawks. It's just they was on fire. D'Angelo Russell was on fire in the beginning. Anthony Edwards, who got ejected, we'll talk about that in a minute. He came out the gate pretty hot too. D'Angelo Russell finished the game with 31 points. He was 5 of 13 from 3. They cooled down, obviously. He ended the game with 5 assists as well. Anthony Edwards, who, like I said, got ejected from this game, still managed to finish with 20 points. He was 4 of 10 from 3, 7 of 16 from the field. So Minnesota Timberwolves came out hot. Hawks, though, battled, managed to stay in the game. They had a 10-point lead at the half. It was 10 or 12-point lead for the Timberwolves at the half, but the Hawks came out in the third quarter, guns a-blazing. Trae Young came out hot, hit some threes, hit back-to-back threes. We started the third quarter on a 9-0 run. Trae Young hit back-to-back threes. DeAndre Hunter hit a 3, and then DeAndre Hunter made a nice floater in the lane to give us the lead. So it went crazy in the third quarter, and that turned things around. And let's talk about the crazy sequence that happened towards the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. So to give you a little background, Karl-Anthony Towns, I'm going to be pretty honest, he kind of ate Onyeka Okongwu's lunch in the first half. He couldn't do nothing with Onyeka Okongwu, couldn't do nothing with Karl-Anthony Towns in the first half. But in the second half, it was a different story. Onyeka Okongwu had Karl-Anthony Towns shook in the third quarter. So they was going back and forth. I had noticed the chirping before, this sequence I'm about to get into happened. I noticed them chirping back and forth. Onyeka got one block on Karl-Anthony Towns and was looking at him and talked to him a little bit. So then let's fast forward to the end of the third quarter. Karl-Anthony Towns puts up a shot at the end of the third quarter. It's good to end the third, but you notice there was a little kick out. Onyeka went down afterwards, and also they caught this at the end of the third quarter. Karl-Anthony Towns, after he made the shot, Onyeka stared down. Karl-Anthony Towns stared down Onyeka Okongwu, looked at him, hovered over him a little bit, and was like looking at him like, "Yeah, what's up? I just did that on you, and you on the ground because I kicked you in the you know what's the Okongwu." Shout out to Steve Holman. He said he kicked him in the Okongwu during the broadcast. That was pretty funny, but. So they assessed Karl-Anthony Towns the technical foul right after that happened, no question about it. But they were looking at it all through the break between the third quarter, the end of the third quarter, and the beginning of the fourth quarter. And looking at the replay, you could obviously see Karl-Anthony Towns look like he intentionally kicked out his leg and kicked Onyeka Okongwu in the Okongus, if you know what I'm saying. Kicked them in, the Twins, the place where the sun don't shine. And so they caught that, assessed Karl-Anthony Towns a flagrant one on top of that technical foul. Obviously took the basket away. So it ended up being a 5-point swing for the Atlanta Hawks because they took away the 2 points from the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Karl-Anthony Towns got the flagrant foul, which was 2 free throws, and then got the technical free throw as well. Danilo Gallinari made the technical free throw. Onyeka Okongwu made his 2 free throws because of the flagrant foul. So that was a 5-point swing for the Atlanta Hawks going into the fourth quarter. So at one point we got up by like 18 going into the fourth quarter. I mean, all things went downhill. And then let's go back to the third quarter. Our Anthony Edwards had already got kicked out for, complaining on a call, which it wasn't really a whole lot there. But he said some magic words to the ref, and he got them double T's with the quickness. He got a quick technical foul by, kind of charging at the ref and saying something to him. Then he must have said something to him again, because right after that first T, you're out of here. He got ejected. And really ever since that, it was downhill, and it was no good for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, I will say this. The Hawks kind of, took their foot off the gas and didn't finish all that well to end the game. Some bad shot selection here and there, but overall, they kept the Timberwolves at bay. They did get within 6. The Timberwolves did with like a minute left, I think it was. And, got a little scary, but, they locked back in and won the game pretty handedly. So would like to see the Hawks finish a little bit better, but let's talk about Onyeka Okongwu again. First, he did what he did to Giannis. He did pretty good against Giannis. And then he held Karl-Anthony Towns to 17 points. He was 6 of 13 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. Did finish with 10 rebounds, 7 assists. And Karl-Anthony Towns also fouled out too. But Onyeka Okongwu, we could tell in the third quarter. Like I said, in the first half, Karl-Anthony Towns won that first half. In the second half, Onyeka Okongwu was in cat's head. He had him shook, and I loved Onyeka Okongwu. Got one of his blocks, and he stared down Karl-Anthony Towns like, yeah, what's up? I did that. And what? He talked to him. He was chirping a little bit. Talk your shit, Onyeka, talk your shit. And then there was another time when he scored over Karl-Anthony Towns, and he got an and one, and he stared him down too. He ain't say nothing. He just stared him down like, yeah, what's up? So I love Onyeka Okongwu, man. I'm officially declaring, because I ain't really seen it up in this point until now, in these past 2 games, Onyeka Okongwu got that dog in him. He is that dude that's not afraid to get down and dirty. He's gonna guard the best player, at least the best big man the opposing team has got, and he gonna go to work and he gonna get in their head, and he surely did that against Karl-Anthony Towns tonight. I'm gonna read y'all a few quotes because I was working the Hawks game, and the guys, Steve Holman had Onyeka Okongwu on post-game after the game, and he asked him about, guarding Karl-Anthony Towns being his head, and he said, "I'm not scared of anybody." Actually, let me quote him correctly. He said, quote, "I'm not scared of nobody." He said, "I'm not scared of nobody," end quote. He's also said, "I'm a lockdown defender." He said, "Y'all know what I do?" That's what I like to hear from the young fella, the 2-year dude. Onyeka Okongwu, talk your shit. I love to hear it. Onyeka got that dog in him. He not scared of nobody. He not backing down from nobody. Onyeka Okongwu is that dude. I'm officially declaring it, man. He really impressed me. Not only last night, but tonight, he really impressed me. And then he had the numbers to back it up. It wasn't just his energy and his vibe. He had the numbers to back it up too. In the starting lineup, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 5 of 8 from the field, finished the game with 5 blocks as well, and he only got 1 foul. That is impressive, getting 5 blocks and only called for 1 foul. And that was towards the end of the game too, and that was on a weird air ball shot. So Onyeka Okongwu, do the dang thing, young fella. I love to see it, man. Love to hear him talk Ishii and look at Karl-Anthony Towns away and not be afraid and not back down. I love it, man. I love all of it. I'm here for it. And again, just going to the offense overall, we had good shot selection, balanced scoring again. All 5 starters got into double figures and pretty hefty in the double figures too. John Collins finished the game with 17 points, 12 rebounds, his second straight double-double. Onyeka Okongwu just read off his numbers, 17 points, 8 rebounds for him with the 5 blocks. DeAndre Hunter, how about DeAndre Hunter too? I mean, he has been balling since he came back. He's up to, I think, 17 points per game since he came back off the injury. 22 points, 3 of 7 from 3, 5 rebounds, and also 9 of 16 from the field. Like I said, 3 of 7 from 3. He finished tonight with 22 points, and Trae Young just went stupid in the third quarter, like I said. And how about, did y'all see that end of the game play where they tried to foul him? He nutmegged old dude, split the defenders while he was nutmegging old dude. Then Malik Beasley went for the steal because the ball was kind of out. Trae Young hit him with that crossover, and then he finished with the fillet. Oh my goodness, that was such a sweet play. ESPN put a push notification out about it. Go look at that play if you didn't see it, because that thing was smooth. He was ice traying the night. Like I said, he had 23 points in the third quarter alone. He finished the game with 37 points, 14 assists, 6 of 10 from the 3. He was in some logo threes tonight too. He had some long ones. He was feeling it. 10 of 17 from the field. Overall, efficient night and big night from Trae Young. He almost dropped a 40 bug on the Minnesota Timberwolves head. And my phone almost fell. There we go. But Trae Young was feeling it. Also, for number 11, it was his 11th game where he at least had 30 points and 10 assists. And this was the second night in a row he did that as well. So Trae Young has been on the tear. Let me put this man into the All-Star game. He deserves to be a starter. You feel me? Kevin Huerter to finish out the starting lineup stats. He finished the game with 12 points, 6 assists, 2 of 5 from 3, 5 of 9 from the field. And Danilo Gallinari, who has been solid these past 2 games, you know, he said, hold up, nah, I ain't trying to get traded. He finished the game with 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 of 7 from 3, 5 of 10 from the field. Lou Will also hit a big 3. Actually, no, he didn't hit a big 3. He hit a big 2. He finished the game with 7 points, 1 of 5 from the field, 4 assists. And to top all that shit off, we got Kevin Knox in the game, and he got a dunk as his one and only basket tonight. But Kevin Knox got a dunk too on top of all of that. So another comeback win. The Hawks went down by as much as 16 in the first half, came roaring back in the second half, and I knew the Hawks would come back, because one thing the Hawks done this season, they haven't won a lot of games, but when they get down big, they find a way to come back. They might still not win the game, but the Hawks usually never get blown out. They always find a way to come back, and they always seem to get down big, but they always seem to find a way to come back, and that's, you know, credit to the fight in them, and now they're actually finishing games. So I told y'all this is an opportunity for the Hawks to go on a long winning streak here, and you know they taking care of business so far. Gonna have to finish out this month strong, but they're doing what they got to do right now. So getting down big in the first half, coming back, having that explosive third quarter, and then they didn't finish the game great, but they honestly did what they had to do to get a win, and that's all that's really important right now. Stacking up wins, and piling a whole bunch of wins together. So, like I said, the Atlanta Hawks have a chance to finish out this month strong. Miami Heat on Friday. Last Friday, they had a chance to win that game. Didn't end up getting the, key stops they needed down the stretch. Heat made some big plays, but you got a chance to look for some revenge against the Heat on Friday. Hopefully you can make it 3 games in a row. Then you got the Hornets. Like I said, they're a very explosive offense. The defense is going to have to show up big time, but the Hornets defense not very good either. That's Sunday. Then next Wednesday, a week from today, you got the Kings coming to Atlanta. That's a game you should be able to win. The Celtics next Friday. That's going to be on ESPN in Atlanta, though. So hopefully that's a game they can win. They got the Lakers. That'll be a tough game, too. And then the Raptors to close out the month on Monday, the 31st. So there are some tough games in there. The Heat is going to be tough. Hornets aren't going to necessarily roll over. The Kings should be a pretty winnable game. The Celtics aren't going to roll over, though. The Lakers are trying to get better. The Raptors aren't bad. So, you got some tough, not necessarily easy games, but you have some very winnable games. Minnesota came into tonight playing very well. They were on a second night of a back-to-back, lost a close one to New York. And actually won a close one in New York. They came back. That game went down to the buzzer. So they won a close one in New York. And then, they was on the second night of back-to-back. A little fatigue might have hit them in the second half. I knew they weren't going to stay hot like they did in the first half. But, Hawks took care of business and did what they had to do. So tough games down the stretch. Not easy games, not any, gimmies. But they're winnable. And the Hawks are going to have to find a way to win them, especially if they're trying to get back in this playoff race. But guys, another great win for the Hawks. Hopefully they start stacking some. But back-to-back wins, they're on the right track so far, and a great night from all the Hawks overall. Man, shout out to Onyeka Okongwu for talking shit, the cat, and holding his own. Trae Young with the big third quarter really put us over the top. DeAndre Hunter being solid, doing what he had to do, and everybody else playing their role as well. So guys, like this video, comment with your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, check out the first link in my description box to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, help fuel the Atlanta Hawks to some more wins. Also, check out the second link in my description box to subscribe to the Tough Calls podcast, where me and girl SymoneWithTheSports are talking to your favorite former and current athletes, hosts, anchors, reporters, all that good stuff. Listen to the pod, like the pod, download the pod, subscribe to the pod, shout out to your friends so they can do all the same things. Almost forgot to tell y'all too, Hawks, just to cap their big third quarter, outscored the Minnesota Timberwolves 45-20 in the third. And also, the Vanderbilt, Towns, and Collins all fouled out. So there's a lot of fouls going on. Chippy game tonight. But the Hawks got the dub, 134-122. Hopefully they can keep it going against Miami on Friday. Until I talk to y'all then, stay true to Atlanta, believe in Atlanta. Peace.